first team that I think that could beat them head-to-head right now is one of the most dangerous teams in the NFL, the team that keep on, and that is the Kansas City Chiefs. Mark, the Kansas City Chiefs right now are 12-1. They can get lucky all they want, but sometimes luck is just skill. They're just that skilled of a team. They have now won 3 straight games despite losing to the Buffalo Bills 3 weeks ago. They've beaten the Panthers, Raiders, and Chargers, and they do have the Browns, Texans, and Steelers coming up. Those 3 games in 10 days. The Kansas City Chiefs coming in at number 5.
Where were they at last week? I can't remember.
They were at number 6. I moved them up 1 spot.
So they deserve to be 1 spot, but it was struggling against Carolina. So you're going to move them up for that.
They didn't play Carolina. They played the Chargers.
It was 2 weeks ago. Come on.
Yeah. They played.
Well, I'm just saying, they play Carolina. They play them like shit. They played the Chargers like shit. Everybody else they've been playing, they've barely been winning these games, dude. Mahomes isn't at MVP level. The defense is less than. You are so homer with the Chiefs when you put them on this list.
So
your Broncos couldn't beat the Chargers, so shut your mouth.
So let's just talk about this. First of all, the Carolina Panthers, since Bryce Young has come back, has been a very, very competitive team. They took the Bucs to the brink. A Bucs that you guys wanted in the top 10. They took the Philadelphia Eagles that I had number 1 last week in my NFL power rankings, right? They took the Kansas City Chiefs to the brink, which is a top 5 team in the NFL. I don't care if you win by 1 or if you win by 100. The point of the matter is that the Kansas City Chiefs are winning, and they're doing it every different way possible. And when I look at the Kansas City Chiefs, they are better than 26 other teams in the NFL. If 26 of those other teams, if they played head-to-head right now, the Kansas City Chiefs would win. Hoffy?
Yeah, I mean, stats-wise, you look at them offensively, and they're not very good. Compared to their opponents, you look at them, points per game versus their opponent. They're 11th versus their opponents are 7th. Yards per game, they're 16th compared to their opponents being 6th. So, yes, their stats aren't very good, but the teams that they're playing are good offensively, defensively, and they're beating them. So, at the end of the day, stats don't matter. It's the scoreboard when when you see 3, 4 zeros, whatever you're going to see at the on the scoreboard. So that's what counts, and they're winning. So you got to put respect on them.
Yeah. So, Mark, you said they don't even be deserving in the top 10. They are 12-1. Why? Give me a legitimate reason besides they're not blowing teams out. They are still winning. They're still 12-1. Patrick Mahomes isn't an MVP level quarterback, but when it's crunch time, 2 minutes left on the clock, he drives his team down the field to win those games. Why should they not be a top 10 team?
I spoke too hastily. I didn't mean it. They shouldn't be in the top 10. Maybe they should be 10, but they should barely be in this list. Like like you said, they have barely beat teams. They don't look like the champions of old. And I'm telling you, at some point, the bubble's going to pop. And I think I see it popping in the playoffs like I predicted at the beginning of the year. They'll go to the playoffs like they always do, but somebody surprisingly is going to beat them, and they're not going to go to Super Bowl this year. It's somebody else's turn.
Yeah, you might be exactly right. But this week, going into week 15, I think they are better than the other 27 teams that are below them right now.
He's just hating because he's a Brokeback Pony fan.
Not wrong. I'm just kidding. So let's go ahead and see what the people are saying over here in the chat here. Debunk the Junk says point differential. I believe it's less than 40, right? They do not have a very large point differential. They only have 2 double-digit wins so far this season over the 49ers and Saints, if I'm not mistaken. They're Debunked the Junk.
A win is a win.
Yeah.
And they've won, 15 games in a row, 15 single-digit wins in a row or something. So
yep. 15.
It doesn't matter how pretty it is. A win is a win.
A win is a win. And John says, "Oh my God, I just threw up a little bit in my mouth." John must have looked in the mirror a little too hastily and saw himself. James Frank says,
either that or his boyfriend forgot to shower.
Taylor Swift isn't going to like us in Cleveland fans after that trash Browns beat them. If the Browns beat the Kansas City Chiefs, it would not shock me. Browns are not a terrible team, but Newsom II is on IR. You just released Tooney Tooney's going to now be playing for the Kansas City Chiefs. He's going to know the playbook. It is what it is. And accidentally fifth, or not accidentally fifth, they're the fifth team, fifth best team in the NFL. And Derek says, you got to score 30 or die. Kansas City Chiefs don't need to score 30 points. They haven't broke 30 points yet this season. They scored 30 points, but they haven't broke it. They're still winning. Still winning. Laura says, I'm okay with the Kansas City Chiefs there. But like I said, I believed yesterday they are winning, but it's struggle for them to pull off a win. Let's see what happens in the playoffs. And Laura, Mark, and rest of the people out there, many people saying that, me included, I think there are teams out there like the Eagles, the Lions, the Bills, the Chiefs, probably the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Ravens and other divisional teams that they're just ready for January to start, right? They're just going to put out the bare minimum effort in these games and kind of just get to the playoffs. And I think the Chiefs are going to be like the Lakers of old, right? When they had Kobe and Shaq. Once the playoffs start, they're going to turn on that light and they're going to start playing some good football. Mark, it just looks like you saw a ghost because you know all about the Kansas City Chiefs playoffs, right?
Not this year, Buck. Like I've been telling you all year, not this year. This is not their year.
And only time will tell. We got a month until the playoffs start, and we will see. We'll see. James Frank says that fifth spot is still valid. A dub is a dub, and that's all they got to do. Win by 1, win by 20, a win's a win, right? John is on your train, Mark. He says their luck will run out.
Yes, sir.
Now, let me ask you guys this question, because I've seen all of these posts, and it was my rant yesterday, right? If the Chargers would have beat the Kansas City Chiefs for a missed field goal, would that have been a luck for the Chargers when they won that game? Hoffy, would it have been lucky for the Chargers to win that game if they would have missed if the Chiefs would have missed that field goal?
I don't think that would have been luck. I thought it was a pretty well played football game. It was a divisional game.
Right. Mark, would you call it luck if the Chargers would have won that game?
No, because the Chiefs always, like I said, they always find some way to win, but it isn't pretty. And they're not, like I said, at some point that's going to run out. They're going to run into a team that they can't defend against.
So let me ask you this. How is it lucky that Patrick Mahomes took 4.5 minutes off the clock, drove the Chiefs down the field into field goal range with their fourth string kicker to win the game? How is that luck?
I didn't say it was luck. I said he always finds a way.
But you also said their luck will run out, and many people are saying that that win was luck.
I mean, if the doink goes the other way, then yeah, then it would have been lucky.
It is what it is. It is what it is. Jonah Ross says the Chiefs suck. Coming from a Bengals fan, I understand, Jonah Ross. I understand. Jim says, I'm no KC fan, but if my dad beat the shit out of me, or just beat the shit out of me with just many hits or one hit, I don't want any of it. Not wrong. It doesn't matter how you beat you as long as I knock you out, right? James Frank says, Tooney is recording an album with the Island Boys. Jesus. Too soon, man. Too soon. Oh, man. And Laura says she loves her some Island Boys. Are you serious? Get out of here with that. Sarah is in the chat. What's up, Sarah? She says that was the dumbest comment ever. Oh, that the Chiefs suck? I guess so. Sarah, I don't remember what team you are. Laura says, if they take over the top spot, would they be top 3? I'm confused. I don't know what you're trying to say. But I do have the Kansas City Chiefs coming in at number 4. Coming in at number 5, coming in at number 4 is a team